What's up, comic book junkies? Mike Smith here at Nighttiger Comics on YouTube, and I want to pose a serious question to you. Is there certain issues of comics that you will just buy multiples of every time you see it at a decent price?
Watch Nighttiger Comics.
Tiger Comics.
Tiger Comics. Nighttiger Comics. Tiger Comics. What? Nighttiger Comics. Nighttiger Comics.
Yeah.
You never know what you're missing. All right, my brothers, my sisters, it's another comic book haul. You want to hear something crazy? If I walked up to a normal person on the street and said just one word to them, multiples, they look at me like I was crazy, like, what are you talking about? But if I walked up to any comic book collector and I said multiples, they'd be like, heck yeah! So there's quite a few in here. And yes, I am insane. And I bought more comic books. So I've been going through the collection, downsizing. Matter of fact, getting ready for this comic book haul, looking for some certain books that need to be shown in here. I went off on a rabbit hole and started going through books or boxes, pulling stuff out. Because actively and responsibly, I've got to get rid of books. Because I really want to prove to my wife that this time I'm going to move with her to the Dominican Republic in 2 years. So this is a whole stack of Golden Age here that I pulled out that I'm just giving away. I don't know how, I don't know why, but at some point I'll be just giving that away. And that's not even all the Golden Age that I pulled out. I'm doing with Metarog a live stream in 2 weeks. We're going to celebrate Surf Blue. If you don't know him, look up Surf Blue Comics on YouTube. Sub him up. We're going to be doing a little birthday bash for him. He's a good friend. We talk all the time. He's one of the few in my inner circle that are always sending me messages and talking to me. And so I want to celebrate his birthday. So check that out. There will be a giveaway. So let's get into this. I just want to show a couple things that I didn't pick up but I've had in the collection. So this is one. You know, you get those big books, or I do. I don't know if you do, and they're so big they don't fit in the box. You put them down the side, and then every now and then when you're going through the box, you're like, what is that? So this is a Spanish issue of Donald Duck from 1948. Just thought it was like a cool graphic. He's there riding Dumbo. He's got the cockpit glasses on, and I thought it was really cool. So that is, I think this is from Argentina, June 1948, number 205. Just a cool Disney book in my collection. And if you've seen my videos, I'm actively going through and remylaring, getting rid of that Proline bags. This book here had a Proline, and I said it's got to go into Mylar. I haven't read it yet. Won it in an auction for $22, and it's actually number 22. It's the early Green Lantern issue from 1963, and I just love the trade dress on the early issues and Gil Kane's artwork. So I thought, man, that's a cool looking book. Put it in some Mylar, or as I call it, comic book negligee, and she looks beautiful. I've also went on to Amazon and ordered some current Mylars. And I found this company here. These are $5 cheaper than the Gerber ones and the BCWs. Obviously, it looks like a Chinese. I have that open. A Chinese company called Hirarat or something like that. They're self-sealing. They're 2 mil Mylar. Now, I've only used one so far, and actually one or two, and one of them split about that much. So I got to do more books to see if this is actually a product worth the extra savings on the $5. But they do have backing boards. They have Silver Age, Current Age, Mylar, and backing boards. No Golden Age. But the I believe the backing boards are like $9 for 100. So definitely gonna be getting those. But I wanted to try this product out. So let's get into the comic books. So I went back to the LCS and picked up some more of these Harveys. This one's a winter cover. You know me, I love my Christmas winter covers. From 1978, number 142. And these were all $1. I'm actually reading these, and they're actually pretty good. They have a bunch more, but most of them are really low grade. So this is number 81 from December 67. So Silver Age. Hot stuff, the little devil. I love his little diaper there. It's yeah, it makes me laugh when I'm reading it and seeing his little diaper. And some of these they have is it Stumbo the Giant, which I really like that character. I find it funny. And I remember watching Harvey cartoons, but they weren't around very long on TV. The animated shows, I think it was late 60s. Maybe been longer, but that's when I watched them. I was only like probably 3, 4 years old, 5 years old when I was watching them. So I don't really have that much memory about it. This is number 97 from May 70. And thanks to Captain Strangelove, he's got me into these Harveys, and I'm starting to appreciate them. This one's really cool. I love this yellow cover. Number 74 from 1966. You'd be surprised if you pick these up and read them. They're pretty fun. I love reading comics. I'm a big reader. And I back in my little bit younger days, I did read lots of novels. I love reading historical novels. But now I have like 12,000 comics, so that I'm focusing on reading as many of them as I can. Number 99, October 1970. And nowadays, I don't have much time to do much of anything. I've been working. Today, I was supposed to go up to Alabama, but I already worked 10 hours. Got up at 3, did a delivery. Then they asked me to go to another place, pick up some stuff. And unbeknownst to me, this place was closing. And I had to help the guy cut the product open, line it up, get it on his forklift. Because he wasn't, forklifting or driving a forklift wasn't his main job. And I've done it for years, so I had to guide him. That took me longer than I thought. By the time I got home, like 2 o'clock, I'm like, I already worked 11 hours. I'm not going to drive another 10. So tomorrow I got to do that. So I've got so much work, and you got to take it when you can get it. So I went to my cousin's house. I dropped my wife off at the airport. Now, she's in Dominican Republic right now. Tomorrow she's going to meet with the architect to start building her apartments on her land for her Airbnbs. And my cousin lives near the airport, which is in Orlando. And Joanne Fabrics just closed, and he's worked there for years, so he's out of a job for right now. So he's like, I'm selling my collection. Come on by. You got first dibs. So he had like 4 filing cabinets, everything full, everything in alphabetical order. A lot of it modern, and a lot of it low grade, but there were some keys and stuff in there. He had some bigger stuff, but this is what I got. So I showed him what everything was the price of online, and then he gave it to me for half off. This one I paid more than it was worth just because I wanted to. It came out to like $48, and I wanted to get it up to $50. But this is the second print, also glow in the dark. Volume 2 of Ghost Rider. This is number 15 from July 1991, so it is a modern book. But I thought, it had a couple cool factors. It's the second print, and it's a cool character, and it was cheap. And I do have the first print, so they make a good match. This book here, I didn't think it was a key. I just thought it was an 80-page giant. And it has a little bit of splitting on there, but it looks really decent. This is number Action Comics 347, April 1967. But when I went to put it in the CLZ app, unbeknownst to me now, the CLZ app, I thought it was connected to Key Collector, but I think now it's all of an entity on its own, and it does show keys because it showed this as a key, but this was not in the Key Collector app. So first appearance of Bizarro Supergirl and first appearance of Bizarro Jr. I have no idea who that is. But just a cool cover. I mean, it looks really nice. It's got, except for that little splitting up there. And I love reading these DC comics from the Silver Age. So what did I pay for that? I paid $5 for this one. Now this next book, I paid $5 also for it. Oh my goodness, now this is a Keith Pollard cover. Not the best cover for what it is, but it is Jim Starlin Interior Arts with I think Bob McLeod finishing. And it's Marv Wolfman on scripts. This was one killer issue. I was like pleasantly surprised by it. Getting lost in almost every panel that Jim Starlin drew. He is such a great artist. Dynamic layouts and action poses, plus with a Marv Wolfman story, had a twist, a good twist ending to it. Electro, which is a villain you don't see that much in the Marvel Universe, so it was really nice to see him, and he was done really good. This was such a surprise read for me. I really enjoyed this book. Amazing Spider-Man 187 from December 1978. And I didn't have this one. Now, I did pick up some second copies from him. I figured the price was right. And like I said in the beginning, there's just certain books that if the price is right, you're so in love with them, the cover, the story, whatever it be, you'll buy it. You'll buy multiples. So there's a nice Gil Kane cover with the Shocker. Now, I'm not much for brown backgrounds, but this one does work because of the yellow, I think. So number 152, January 1976. I paid $5 for that one. I already have a copy of this. I think it's probably about the same grade. So I don't know what I'll do with the other one or this one. But couldn't pass it up for $5. Now, this one's an upgrade. I think I got a 2.5, and this is like a 3.5. I did put this in the press, and it came out really nice. Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man, number 27. February 1979. First Frank Miller work on Daredevil. And I paid $10 for this one. So I want to shout out to my cousin, John Bussey. If you're familiar with my channel, he's actually the person in my life that got me into comic books. He was, back in 1976, he gave me a stack of Spider-Mans. And I really appreciate that, John. It was a love affair right there. Now, I didn't start collecting. I cut all those up. I cut all the Spider-Mans out and pasted them in notebooks. Because at the time, I was always into drawing. And anytime I saw fantastic art and colors, it just exploded in my mind. So this is an upgrade. So I have like a 2.0 copy of this. Thank you to Joe in Tennessee. Black Box Silver and Bronze. He's not on YouTube anymore, but he does post on Instagram. And this is second appearance of Punisher. He traded me. We did a trade, but this is a little bit of an upgrade. So this is like a 3.0. I paid $15 for this one. And I did read it, did enjoy it. It was Ross Andrew art in the interiors. Amazing Spider-Man 135, second appearance of the Punisher, August 1974. I might press this one out. For being a low grade, it doesn't look that bad. I tell you what, the other one is really low grade. I'll be trading that off to somebody. So this is a nice copy, and I have a nice copy of this already. This is one of my favorite books. I always enjoy the end part of it where he's skateboarding, and Jack Kirby, how he's always trying to be relevant with what's going on in society at the time that he produces a comic book. And being a guy growing up in the 40s, he does a good job of assimilating his characters into whatever time period that he does the creations. So number one, Machine Man, April 1978, first solo title, in all classic Kirby interior art, cover, scripts, everything. If you have not picked up this or read it, it's a relatively inexpensive comic. I paid $5 for this, so you can get a decent copy for like $10. It's well worth the read. All right, into some online purchases. My Comic Shop. Let me see. Did I show everything here? I showed these. Yes. Okay, so I picked up. This was $2.50. It's missing the centerfold, but it's December 1944. So wartime comic, has early Woody the Woodpecker, has 8-Ball. It's a Thanksgiving cover. I don't think I have. This is probably my first Thanksgiving comic book. Years ago, probably not even but 4 or 5 years ago, I discovered that New Funnies were really cool comics and really great reads. I used to just kind of go right by them thinking New Funnies were nothing. But I started getting into the war era of these books. And you can find them relatively cheap. And you know, for $2.50, actually with the shipping I added in tax, it was $5 for this. Well worth it. Classic characters, Andy Panda, war era. So the next one, so we're into multiples. I've had 4 copies of this book, all low grade. I've never been able to find any really high grade. This is my best looking copy. It's probably, might squeak by as a 3.0, maybe. So this is New Funnies, number 89, July 1944. As you can tell, it's a war bond cover. And I remember when I first saw this on eBay and found it for $20. I was so happy. And I don't think I paid more than $20 before shipping and tax for any of the copies that I found. Just love the green. It's got that color of money green on it. War bond. So I picked up that one. This one here, this got a little more spine damage. So second copy, I actually gifted a copy away to a friend. Shout out to Steve. I love Disney and comics. He also likes to collect these war bond, war stamp covers. So I picked up the 4th copy from My Comic Shop for $2. And, well, with shipping and tax, it was $4.60. This is basically a display copy because I think it's missing like 3 interior wraps. The cover's detached, and this will be going out in the 4th of July live stream package giveaway. So this is one you just stick on your wall because of the cool cover. It is a tough book to get, and I can't pass one up in this, even this condition. For it was $2.50 before the shipping and tax was added to it. So I got 3 copies back in the collection of that. And I'm always trying to find Golden Age Christmas and winter covers. And I've been finding some good ones lately. So here's Our Gang with Tom and Jerry. So you have the Our Gang characters here in the film strip. Tom and Jerry, a couple other characters, but it's a nice ice skating cover. Very cool. Nice gag cover. This is, what is this, 1949, I believe. Yeah, I got it right here. 1949, number 55. I paid, with shipping and the tax added in, $14.60 for that. It's a really nice copy. I believe that my comic shop said it was a 5.0. So that probably makes it a 6.0 because they usually undergrade by a grade or so. At least by a grade usually. So a really nice copy of that. So I did get this one from my comic shop about a month ago. This is number 77 from December 1950. I paid $9.10 for this. I did read it. It was really fun, but it's got a subscription crease in it. You can see a nice Santa Claus cover of 1950, so right there in the golden age. But I was able to upgrade last week with a nicer copy. And I forget what this one was. They said the great. What did I do with the... I had the receipt somewhere. Oh, it's in another one, another book I'm going to show. But was able to upgrade this. I think it's also a 6.0. It has a really cool Christmas ad on the back cover. So this will be going in the Christmas live stream giveaway. I'm trying to build a nice package of mostly Golden Age Christmas covers. There will be some Silver Age in there, because here's one that's going to be going in there right here. Let me not drop any books on the ground. So this one will be going in there with that. Tom and Jerry, Little Audrey from 1968. And I got a Looney Tunes that's going in here so far. So I got a pretty good package going on, boys and girls. Again, great back cover ad, upgrading. Okay, so recently, within the last 2 months, I've been picking up some really killer Walt Disney Christmas and snow covers. So I just bought another one, but let me show you what I picked up recently. And I think I showed this. No, I didn't show this one in the last one. This is number 89 from 1948. Really, so I'm always looking for them in like a 4.5 or higher. I don't want any low grade books. I may sound like a snob, but the thing is, like I said, I got 13,000 comics. I'm trying to upgrade or downsize the collection and upgrade my books. And you know, you go through different seasons when you're collecting. I started out as just a reader of everything. I mean, everything. I would buy everything. I had like 50 long boxes of just everything I could buy. And I got rid of those. Then I would go just to things that were cool. And then sold that collection again. Started the same thing. The last collection, I started getting in a golden age. And now I got stack of books behind you about this high to give away, and another one next to it. So I'll figure to keep me from buying books, if I go for higher grade stuff, I'll buy less. This one's my favorite because it's a snow cover and it's a Christmas cover. Number 76 from January 49 or 47. And like I say, it's a really nice copy. You know, and I pay up for these. I paid $45 for this one. What did I pay for this one? I paid $37 for that. So not bad. And then last comic haul, you saw this one, which I purchased this one. These are with shipping and tax, $30. And there's one on my comic shop right now, 3.5 for $28. And I recommend, if you got the money, that's one you go and pick up. Okay, so last book, Disney Christmas book again. I think this is a 4.5, so maybe like a 5.0. And here we go. This is number 124 from January 51. Love that Christmas tree showing in the background. Guys, I have to tell you, comic books for me, and they may be for you, are such a therapy. You know, I find it a little easier sharing these days that I lost my parents when I was a kid. And anytime I grab something old and nostalgic that has Christmas themes or winter, because I grew up in Wisconsin, it really, I think it connects me to my youth and makes me feel so good. And of all the funny animal comic series that I've read, Walt Disney Comics is the best. They always make me laugh out loud. We have a good Christmas subscription ad on the back. So that's it for this comic book haul. I got nothing coming. I haven't bought anything. And that's a first. I'm really, really working on not buying comics, and I'm doing a pretty good job as far as not buying online like every week. These 4 or 5 comics, I spent $67 with shipping and tax. Was the first comics that I bought in over a month, except for the ones I got from my cousin. And I look at that one. I was trying to help him out because he's out of work for right now, but I did get some good stuff. Guys, let me know, what did you like about this? What was like your favorite comic in here? Are you trying to dip your toe into Golden Age? Are you still sticking with the Marvel keys? Bronze Age, Silver? What do you love? What's your favorite character? Tell me about yourself in the comments. I appreciate every one of you. And like I said, in 2 weeks, I got a live stream, Surf Blue birthday bash. And then 2 weeks after that, we're going to celebrate the country's birthday, showing mostly Golden Age patriotic covers. We'll be doing a giveaway. Jerry the Jitterbug will be joining us. In 2 weeks for the bash, Roger Metarog will be joining me. So I got a lot going on. Appreciate all you guys. Peace out from Nighttiger Comics.